What is up, guys? It is Matt here from Nothing But Boom, and today I want to bring you guys actually a new series starting off here. It's going to be on and off because I have the Tyrants going on with KK, but it's going to be called Terror's Mastermind, and in this, I'm going to do Terror, but I'm going to offer my advice, my tips, my strategies while I'm going through it. So, start out with Terror Stage 1 here. I did record this with KK from the Boom Beach Wiki. As you guys know, I have my Terror Tyrants series going on with him. That is just going to be probably once every week for the island and once every week for the volcano. So you guys definitely look forward to that. We will be having one of those episodes coming out on Tuesday. So he apologizes he couldn't be here for today's episode, but I am actually going to be partnering with the Boom Beach HQ soon as well, so definitely go check them out. I will be having, starting soon, I will be having a link to their website soon in my videos. So more to come on that, but for now, let's just go ahead and yeah, give you guys that guide to Terror Stage 1. So I did not have any gold, so it took 8 diamonds just to attack, but we'll get some to do it in this one. I had my resource reward statue boosted, so that way we can get more resource reward. And this one, basically, really nothing to worry about. It was kind of on the far left side. Just flare them kind of up there and let them go to work. I threw another shock bomb on the snipers to make sure I didn't lose any, but I really wasn't worried about anything, and they're going to be able to take it down basically without any problems. The ones that were lowest on health were barely lost any health, so definitely not a problem with Terror Stage 1, and for my level, it shouldn't be unless I don't know how to attack. So, Dark Fragment, starting right out, good streak there, and yeah, let's continue on. So, here's our new Dr. Terror. He definitely looks awesome. Got that white suit and the new glasses with the little flare on them, the glare, sorry. And the hair definitely looks much more 3D, I think, than the previous one did. But with the power of this active volcano, my Terror turrets will be stronger than ever, he says. But we will see. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get him out of there. And since there was no casualties, we can move on to Terror Stage 2. So this one, basically everything's spread out, but I noticed all that free ammo on the side, so I just drop all the warriors, let them kind of go to work. And yeah, so they're going to get all those. That's about 15 or 18 in energy. And then I'm going to flare them to those. That's 6 more. So I'm at 57. I will be at 63 after they're done there. And then I'm just going to flare them to the HQ. And I'm going to have so much extra energy to use. So after they're done there, perfect timing on the flare there. Right as they do that, they don't have any choice but to run there. So their UI doesn't tell them to go anywhere else besides there. I shock bomb the machine gun and the sniper because that's the only things that are actually in range, and I just throw a bunch of shock bombs because I just had so much energy on me at that time. So another fragment it looks like we got there. We can go ahead and move on because we once again had no casualties. So as you can see, those new rocket launchers are being shown off in there. Those were actually the beta stage rocket launchers. That's how they looked. In case you guys were in the beta stage, and I accidentally threw shock bombs instead of my warriors down. So we can go ahead and redo that. So let's drop the warriors this time and flare them to that machine gun, and that way we can throw a smoke there. And then those rocket launchers did a good amount of pummeling. If you have a lot together, they can do a pretty good amount of damage. So just keep that in mind. One more smoke should get them on the HQ, although the smoke wore off a little bit earlier than I wish it would have. But I am able to heal them up, and I can drop 2 shock bombs on the things that I think are going to be the most problematic in that episode, or in that level. So first video of the day, always a hard one. But anyway, warriors are still at full numbers, so we're at Terror Stage, going on Terror Stage 4, and we are still flawless. So let's see how far we can keep that up. 3 fragments in that case. And we got that ice going on right above that Terror Island. So we can go ahead and drop those warriors right there and get going right on to Terror Stage 4. I think what I'm going to do for this one is, I could have double hit those 2 mines, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and flare them to what do you call them, supplies, and then from there I'm going to flare them to the HQ. So I probably threw one that wasn't necessary, but that's alright. Those warriors are going to come in a little bit later on that HQ, but they're still going to get in there without losing anybody. And then I'm going to shock bomb defenses I'm going to think are going to be a problem. Now that I look back at that, I should have done the snipers, but that's alright. When you are using warriors, I always say this, but you want to look for the defenses and take out the defenses shock bomb that are going to do high DPS, so take them out in one shot, because they heal themselves, and the medkit will heal them when you drop that. But you want the boom cannon gone, you want the cannons gone that will drop them in one shot, because the medkit can't do anything about those defenses. So this one, the HQ is on the far right side of the beach, so I go ahead and flare them to the mortar. I probably don't need that preliminary smoke, but I know that I'm going to be fine. And then while they're on that mortar, I go ahead and quickly barrage. This is very strategic here. After they're done, I quickly flare them through the smoke right as the one on the mortar wears off, and then get them to that HQ. That was probably perfect timing, the best timing I've done in actually a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead and shock bomb there. And looks like we're probably going to lose one. But it looks like that's going to be it in this case. Yeah, so that one was very low on health. Those two mortar shots could have been brutal, but they were able to get through that. So if you guys haven't seen the new mortars, actually, they look pretty cool. They have like a very, they kind of look like the ones in Clash of Clans if you guys play that, the level 8 ones. They have like just a huge barrel that shoots them out, which I think is really cool. Sorry for the lag there, guys, but moving on to Terror Stage 6, this is probably going to be a little bit longer of a video because, yeah, we're going to see how far we can get. So, once again, more free energy. I just dropped them across the beach, which probably wasn't good now that I look at it because they're going to move at different speeds. So, they're going to go there, but meanwhile, the warriors are going to spread that way, and the ones on the far right side right now are going to have to catch up. So, I go ahead and flare them out, and that way they're going to arrive at the flare at the same time, and that way they're going to be able to come back on those mortars and the cannon at the same time, about the same time at least. So I go ahead, flare the mortar, and then throw a smoke. And then from there we can make a diagonal run, which also is very good. I pride myself on doing this diagonal run. So 1, 2, and then 3. So they stay in the smoke like the entire time. That definitely looks really good. And yeah, now we can just get on the HQ and shock bomb those defenses. Now, the one thing that I missed is that boom cannon, which really stinks, because I would have got a lot less casualties. And I felt like the HQ was taking a lot longer to go down. It is going to go down, but I felt like it was taking a lot longer. So everybody, just wanted to say, while that's going, the update was supposed to nerf the warriors, and I think it definitely did. A lot of people were saying, you know, you ruined my strategy. Well, basically it shouldn't have, because you can still use the warriors. Supercell basically wants you to still be able to use the warriors, but they want you to be more strategic. They don't want you to just be able to throw it on the flare, throw it on the smoke, and throw it on the warriors. They want you to actually be able to plan out your attack and use the strategic features that they give you in the game. So they didn't ruin the warriors. They just made it a little bit harder they made them a little bit harder to use, and that's just my opinion. So yes, it is a lot harder. And of course, I haven't experienced the shock launcher yet, but I think it's still going to be the same thing at that point. You just have to make sure the second they're out of the smoke that you have that thing shock bomb, because even if it gets one shot off, they're just going to be standing there shocked. So, sorry I blabbed on for a little bit about that, but I thought that was important to let you guys know, because a lot of people are a little bit upset about that update. So I just wanted to give my input on that, if that is any importance to you guys. So they stepped out of the smoke for a little bit on that one. Another diagonal run. Definitely not as good as the other one because they did step out. So I lost 2 while I was running. But I'm going to throw a quick med kit because I see that flamethrower on both sides as well as a machine gun. And then I just shock bomb those 4 and then those 4 on the other side. And that had a lot less health than the other one. That one's going to go right down. Terror Stage 7. Level 39. But definitely no match for the Warriors. So as you can see, if you still do it properly, you're definitely going to be able to do it. I wonder if they're going to have shock launchers on Terror. I'm definitely not sure. Send me a picture, guys. nothingbutboom@gmail.com. If you, if you saw a shock launcher, if you guys are high-level players, yeah, tell me if you see one of those. That would be definitely really cool, and I would love to see that and see how your gameplay went with that. So, Terror Stage 8. We'll see how far we can get this week. I know that we are definitely going to be, I mean, I have a good feeling. I know we're not going to get a 20, but I'm hoping, I think my record is like 13 or 12, so I'm hoping to get at least that much. So level 8, this is a level 42. Definitely that minefield in front is going to be hard, but I don't want to, I'm debating whether I want to start over there. Yeah, I think I am. Just because, I mean, it might not be the most effective, but, I mean, I could have started at the top left and then just ran right up, but I'm going to go for that extra. That rocket launcher is going to pummel me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flare there, but I'm not going to waste any smoke because that would be way too long of a run. So I'm just going to shock bomb, and then I'm going to keep running past. You guys have to make those decisions when you're on the spot like that, especially with warriors. So I started the smoke there, and then I did that. So we're definitely going to use a lot more smoke than we did in the previous episodes. And I dropped those 2 mines there right as that smoke was wearing off, and then I was able to keep them in the smoke for as long as I could. They stepped out for a little bit, and they tripped one or two of those boom mines or mines, but they're still going to be able to get on the HQ, and it looks like a mortar, a sniper tower, and a machine gun is going to be in range. Hopefully that one on the far right isn't, and it looks like he is, which is not good. So, oh, and that cannon is in range. So let's see how this goes. I'm not sure how it is going to go. I think at the end, those warriors are going to get picked off, but this is definitely going to be clutch if they do get it. The mortar's shooting, so I think it's going to be the mortar and the machine gun in range in the end. That sniper's probably going to go out of range very soon, just because that range is just going to cut him off right there. And that is going to be his downfall after that warrior, so he's done. And now it's just the mortar and the machine gun shooting, and it looks like they're going to heal themselves from the machine gun and from the mortar. So yeah, we're going to get it. It's just going to be a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. So I probably used more smoke than I should have. Let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I used 7 smoke. So the way you find how much smoke you use is by taking the number on the screen, how much it would cost, and subtract 1. So 8 smoke there. I use 7 because it goes up 1 every time, and so does the flare. So the flare starts at, I think, 2 or 3, and then it goes up 1. So 105 gold on that one, especially with that plus resource reward idol I think I have, which is nice. So Terror stage, I think that was 9 cleared, and now we can continue to go. Let's go ahead and use those diamonds that we have. AppNana is being awesome in sponsoring the YouTube Boomer series. Kind of off topic, but they are. And yeah, so definitely go check them out if you haven't. I will have them in the description below for you guys to check out. They will be doing a lot of. They have been very nice to sponsor this series. So this is an HQ 16. HQ 16. Health is 70,000. That's the word I was looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the warriors, flare them to the mortar, I think, throw 2 smoke to keep them in. Looks like they're going to be safe, and then I'm going to throw a barrage there and try to move them right as that barrage is stopping. Looks like they're going to step out for a little bit, but we're going to be okay. I threw one in the middle. They probably would have been fine, but at this point you just have to be more safe than sorry. So I got them in, and then they're just going to go to work on that HQ, and I think they're going to be able to drop it. Looks like it has enough health to, enough not health basically, to where they're going to be able to drop it. There's not enough defenses shooting at them to drop them in time. You guys should see Terror Stage 20. It is a mess. So definitely, yeah, take a look at that and think about what 20 would look like. Because if that looks hard to some of you low-level players, I might be able to throw in a picture of Terror Stage 20 at the end. But yeah. So this is Terror Stage. That was Terror Stage 9. Sorry about that, guys. So now we're gonna move on to Terror Stage 10. And what are we at? 14 minutes. So this one, it looks like the HQ is right in that corner there, and let's see what I can do about that. I think I'm gonna want to start from the bottom to get that free ammo, and then I think I'm gonna go to that flamethrower and then make that straight run there. I think that's probably the best bet for me. So they're getting that supplies, and then we're going to flare to the flamethrower and then throw that smoke. I noticed that none of them were there because they went to get that other supplies, so it took them a while, but just as the smoke was wearing off, I flared them and I threw another smoke just to keep them in, because like I said, guys, better to be safe than sorry at these higher levels. And I thought I had lost it here. I mean, look how low those warriors were on health. So I threw 2 more med kits, and then I threw a shock bomb on the things that I thought would target me. And they just went to work, because really the boom cannon, the sniper, and the rocket launchers were the only things that could target them, and they were able to take it down. I did not think that they were going to be able to, but they definitely were. So, yeah, definitely good job, guys, on that one. And we'll see. You guys can comment down below how far you guys made it, because that basically is what it's about for a lot of the people. And then, yeah, so that just went down. We get the terror guy again. He said, honestly, I didn't think you would make it that far. And we can go ahead and go to terror stage. This is going to be 12 or 11, right? This is 11. So if we win this, we're going to get 158, or with the bonus, 180,000 gold. And the HQ seems like it's in a pretty easy place again. So what I'm going to do is flare them to that mortar, throw 2 smoke to keep them in the smoke for the whole time, basically keep them under cover, and then we can make that run with the warriors, and that's going to be pretty straight, and they're going to be able to get there. As you can see, right when they step out of that smoke, though, they just get pummeled by those rocket launchers. And I love how they have like all the different levels. So before it was just one graphic image for each level, but now they have the 3 barrels, the 4 barrels, the 5 barrels, and then they get the 6, which make them a lot bigger. And then they have, you guys should see that, like I think it's like 12 and up ones. They're just beastly. They're pretty beefy. So warriors, anyway, back to the video. They're going to be able to take that HQ out again. So that's definitely pretty good on their part. And then after that blows up, I think we're going to get that 180,000 gold that I was talking about. And let's see how much that is. Look at that minefield. I don't know why anybody would want to come from the left. It just doesn't make sense. So after we go back there, we can go to terror stage. Looks like 12. I don't know. This is probably the farthest I've gotten. As you can see, up on the top, we have 669,000 gold, 428,000 wood. My stone and iron are maxed. So, yeah, it's definitely getting pretty hard, guys. I know that the loot is going to fill up on my base pretty soon. So, I think I might want to just gem that or diamond that cannon. A lot of people say dime that cannon. So, I think I might want to do that, and that way I can go ahead and do another upgrade and not have to waste that loot if I do beat terror stage 12. But I think we'll be fine either way. And it's actually not letting me get out of that sculptor. I'm trying to tap out, probably because I've been playing for so long. So let's go ahead and reload that up. As you guys can see, I was playing This Means War a little bit earlier. That's a new game that just came out in Canada, and it's going to be coming out in the US in June. So terror stage 12 anyway, back to that. And looks like this one's a pretty much of a doozy. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to get rid of that mine there, or those pair of mines, and then I'm going to flare them to that mortar to just get a most effective run as possible. And it looks like we're not going to go in any mines, maybe one of them, but let's see what is going to be our downfall, if it is. So it looks like them stepping out of the smoke is our downfall, and they just got pummeled while they were out of the smoke, and that's kind of how I know that it's not going to go very well. So it looks like I have about 10 or 12 left. I threw 2 medkits and a flare to keep them on the HQ, but they get pretty demolished in not much time at all. So that looks like that's going to be it for this video, guys. So as always, guys, for all things Boom Beach, you guys know what to do. Keep refreshing the channel page here at Nothing But Boom. I'm Matt, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.